up, everybody? This is VisitJoan, and welcome to another eco lifestyle build. Today, I'm building a real house. This is actually my uncle's house, and this is not the first time I've built this house in The Sims 4, nor is this the first time I've actually done a video of this. When I first started my channel, well, this channel, because I have more than one, but when I first started with this channel, I did a series where I recreated a bunch of houses that, that my family members have, and this was one of them, and oh my goodness, the build was terrible, the video was terrible, really low quality, all of it. It was just atrocious, and I didn't really want it anywhere near my channel anymore. So I deleted it, and I know what you're thinking, you probably shouldn't do that because of, it messes up with your statistics, but guess what? My growth is so glacial, it didn't really contribute to my watch time all that much anyway. But the other day, I was over there, and I started thinking, this would be a good house to actually play in for The Sims. And so I figured, since I am much better at building now, why not? So here we go. I found the perfect place for it in Evergreen Harbor. We are in Conifer Station. I think that's what it's called. I don't really know. But, yeah. So anyway, a little bit of history about this house. This house has actually been in my family for generations. My great-grandparents, I think, got it when basically the government bought their old property so they could put an arsenal or something in there. I'm not sure. I think that's what happened. And then they passed it down to my grandmother, who passed it down to my uncle. So my uncle lived here with his family at one time, but that is a long, complicated story I have no business disclosing on the internet, so I'm going to leave you in the dark on that. This house has also been through a big fire, at least I think that's what happened. But even if it wasn't a fire, something happened where it had to be restored. And so, over 20 years ago now, he started this in 98, but my uncle actually got started restoring it, and that's when he started living in this house. So for reasons I, once again, can't really disclose, it is kind of sad to go here now. But you know what? I figured I could give it like a makeover. Well, not really a makeover, but the inside is completely different, but I figured I could give it a glow up kind of in The Sims and actually put a loving, happy family here. So, what is going on with this house? Well, there's, I was just creating Sims randomly. Well, not really, I kind of had a plan, but, yeah, I was creating Sims and I came up with this, Sim. Her name is Piper. She has 2 children, a teenage girl and a child boy, and she was married, but she came out as bisexual, and her husband didn't really like that because he's an idiot. So he kind of dumped her. And she met a woman named Harper who is raising her nephew, and they hit it off and got together. And so this was, I have created LGBT couples in The Sims before, but I've never really played them any longer than it took to, playtest a house. So this was the first time I've ever played with a same-sex couple and played out their stories. So, something new for me, and it's Pride Month, so why not, guys? Also, a couple days after that, Piper discovered that she is expecting her ex-husband's baby. So that's going to be an interesting addition to the mix. And also, they have a couple of pets. They have a dog and a cat. So, yeah, big household. And in fact, the teenage girl, Alana, she's kind of coming to terms with the fact that her mom is actually bisexual and is now dating a woman. And, the whole divorce and everything. And she kind of confides into Harper's nephew, and they kind of get together. Well, not kind of, they are together. So we got, 2 couples in one house. So this is going to be really interesting. Well, I already played through it by this time. So yeah, it has been interesting. It was really fun to do something new and exciting. So I'm happy about that. So when it came to building this house has 6 bedrooms, I believe, and 3 bathrooms, just like the one that, my uncle actually has. And it is a little bit different because the master bathroom up there is actually in the place where the staircase to the attic goes, but I didn't put in an attic because that would have been a little too difficult. But yeah, I think it turned out pretty good. There's one bedroom on the bottom floor that's basically, I turned it into a pet room. In real life, it actually is a bedroom. But for the purposes of this build, I put the dog bed in there and the kitty condos, 2 of them. And okay, it's funny that I'm doing this room at the time I'm talking about this, because this room is where my cousin Megan used to have her room, and so yeah, I always see that room as a teenage girl's room. But for the other room that, was there, I kind of wanted the little bay window thing to have like a little, bay window seat. And I decided to go with a different one because I always use the one with the pillows for like teenage girls' rooms because, oh my goodness, I would love to have a room like that. So that is where I decided to put Alana's room. And as for the nephew's room, I think his name is Raiden or something like that. I don't know. I put that where the room I usually think of as a teenage girl's room. Anyway, so the nephew, he is like an interesting feel going on. He kind of, he has this like tough exterior. He has, piercings. He has gauges in his ears. He is kind of like dressed a little bit, kind of like a gothic style to him, but that just hides the fact that he's really kind of a bookworm and, maybe kind of sensitive as well. I thought that, would be kind of interesting. And so Alana, because she lives with him, she knows and accepts him and eventually falls in love with him for who he is. And so it's a cute little story going on now. And so then the baby arrives. The baby is a boy, which I kind of expected because my babies, just a lot of them have been like girls lately, except for one. But yeah, most of them have been girls. There's this one family where I literally started with just 2 Sims and all the kids were girls. I don't know if it was because, I had the pop station on the whole time, which probably was the reason. But there was a big, span of time where all the babies my Sims were having were boys. So I don't know. I don't think there's any rhyme or reason to any of this at all. It's not like The Sims 2 where if you didn't like the gender of the baby, you could just reset and try to get, another one. But, well, I mean, I guess I could say the other one in this case because The Sims 2 babies only had 2 genders. The same for this too, although you can create like non-binary Sims with the gender customization tool if you really wanted to. So that's enough of me talking about that. And here's a fun fact for you. At the time I am recording this part of the voiceover, I haven't even finished editing the video yet. And that is because the room is empty and I have to take the opportunity while I have it. Because, okay, I am going to be busy tomorrow. So I have to do pretty much 2 days of work or at least a day and a half's worth of work in, one day. And then maybe a day and a half's worth of work on Wednesday. And then Thursday, I'm getting my hair done because they finally opened and it's really long. And my dye job has pretty much gone down really low. And I've talked about this before, but I feel safe doing it just because, my mom did it. She wouldn't have done it if it hadn't been safe. And I did hear the story of basically where there were like 2 people who had like symptoms, but nobody got sick because everybody had a mask on. So, and they're really safe, Mom said. Really safe in there too. And my hair's not going to they're not going to dry my hair. So it's not like, I'm going to be sitting in there for like an extremely long period of time. So it's a risk I'm going to take. We will see how that plans out. But, I haven't been, hiding in my mom's basement as some idiots like to think I do. Well, technically my house doesn't have a basement because it's a raised ranch. But anyway, I have been out and about and I've been just fine. And cases in my area are decreasing. In fact, we are basically our state has the biggest decrease in the United States. So that's a good thing. And, the ridiculous thing is that people, including family members of mine, are like harping on the governor for having a lockdown, but cases are decreasing, guys. We're nowhere near as bad off as like Arizona or, any of those states. So why the heck are you all complaining? It's like, the church decides to close and they don't blame the church, they blame the governor. It's just, I don't know, people are stupid and weird. And it's just, the other day, somebody asked on Facebook, traffic is already bad here. Why don't they just let people eat inside? And my reply was, because public health is more important than your convenience. And you know what I got from the person who posted that? A laugh react. A freaking laugh react. Wow, I thought you were a decent person. I guess not. And if that offends you in any way, just get lost. Be gone. I don't want or need your support. Because you know what? I really don't care what you've done or what you're doing right now. If you don't put the health and public safety of others first all the time, guess what? You're not a good person in my book. So, goodbye. Okay, so enough about that rant. I guess even when you don't have close relationships, people keep disappointing you. But you know what? I found like on Simmer group chat, there was this astrology app called CoStar. And I'm not, like I said, an astrology buff by any means. but it is fun to look at. So I did, get the app and looked it up, and it turns out that Saturn is in my 7th house, which means that I've had difficulties with close relationships and long-term partnerships. That's exactly what it says in the app. And I'm like, oh my goodness. This explains everything that has happened since November. Like, literally. I'm done. You know what? Astrology isn't science, but that literally is so accurate, it is not even funny. So I guess I probably won't be trying to make friends until Saturn's out of my 7th house, and I definitely won't be doing it while Mercury is in retrograde because that is fast approaching. And by the time you are watching this, it will be in retrograde again. So here we go again. But anyway, that was a pretty ridiculously long tangent. I'm sorry, but you know what? That's just the way my videos are. So if you don't like me going on long tangents, you probably shouldn't be watching my videos. But you know what? It is what it is, guys. This is what happens when you have no one else to talk to. But back to what I was talking about before. I was talking about how I had to do, multiple days of worth of work in one. And you're probably wondering why I'm just, not editing. But I mean, yeah, I can do that when my mom comes home and stuff like that. I can do that in the morning before I go off to do whatever it is I'm doing tomorrow. But, I mean, it's just, I don't know. I really don't know anymore, honestly. Like, I don't know. I had, no motivation to build yesterday, and today I'm raring to go and enjoying it. So, yeah, that's just weird. I don't know why that is, but I don't know anyway. Here we are in the pet room. Well, not yet, but first I have to say that I am sorry if there is a constant noise in this voiceover. That is the fan that my mom has blowing right where she sits, and at least it's better than right where I sit. But anyway, okay, now we're in the pet room. And this room is actually an extra bedroom, but I don't need 6 bedrooms in this house, and I didn't really have any other place to put pet stuff. So I decided that this was going to be a pet room, and so I have a cat condo, as you can see here, and the litter box and everything, because the bathrooms are so freaking tiny. I mean, seriously, I was in, the one bathroom, a week ago today, actually, at least I think. No, that was Sunday. Yeah, I was in it, and the toilet, I'm, looking at this bathroom, and I'm sitting there thinking the toilet's right up against the sink, which is right up against, they're both right in front of the bathtub, and I'm sitting there thinking, man, if this was The Sims, it would not be functional. The Sims would be waving their arms everywhere, and they'd be like, hey, I can't reach it. Anybody else do that when they go into actual rooms and actual houses? I don't know if anybody else does that, let me know. But now we are on the upstairs. Now the halls are always kind of really difficult to decorate for me because a lot of times when you look at actual hallways in real life, they're pretty much empty. But when you leave them empty in The Sims, it looks like you didn't try hard enough. You know what I mean? And then you go see other people's creations, and they have these landings with these really ornate decorations, and you're just scrolling there with all the decorations you have, and you're wondering, how the heck did you get all of this? But anyway, so the hall was kind of a difficult task to do, especially when it came to the walls, because I don't like leaving all the walls empty because that just looks stupid. It looks like I didn't put enough effort into this build, you know what I mean? So basically what that is, I took some pictures of the family and I made a little picture wall there, and then, I just did some other stuff that I accidentally cut out of the video. Did not mean to do that, but, I wasn't going to go back and try to find the footage. That would just take way too long, and I don't have that kind of time. So I'm in the master bedroom right now, and this is actually the room in the house that actually isn't winterized. So I don't know why I thought this was the master bedroom. The real master bedroom is actually the room I do for the teenage girl, which you will see in 2 seconds. But anyway, the bathroom that's off of this bedroom is actually, in the real house, the stairway to the attic. But since I didn't put an attic in this house, I figured, you know what, might as well make it a bedroom, or a bathroom, or whatever it is. A bathroom, there we go. Bathroom, Joan, it's a bathroom. Okay. So anyway, here we are in the teenage girl's room, and since she has a yellow shirt on, I kind of used that one shirt from Island Living. I kind of didn't want to use it again because I think I've used it in a lot of other Sims, but I haven't used the yellow swatch yet. So I decided to give her that, and as you can see, they are actually at the front of the house, and that is because I kind of got bored doing the furnishings, and I kind of wanted to play with them a little bit. And so I played with them a little bit. I moved them in. And apparently I was yawning during that entire spiel there. I don't know why. I mean, okay, yeah, I went weed eating today, so I am a little tired. I kind of was catching up on some stop motion videos at my grandpa's house, and well, I kind of really just got kind of inspired to build, but when I got home, I was like physically and mentally drained. It's not even funny. It was to the point where I was just like, ugh, I gotta do landscaping. I don't want to do landscaping. Which I think the house I was building would look perfectly fine without too much landscaping, so I'm probably going to go that route. But, you know, if you don't landscape at all, it just looks stupid, like I said before. But, yeah, so like I said, I was just completely tired. I will probably go back to building actually a little bit tomorrow. But anyway, yeah, I finally got an opportunity to actually at least try to finish this voiceover because my parents went for a walk. So, yeah, nobody's home right now except for the noisy fan. And Hope and Cordy, and Hope that eats a big piece of radicchio that my mom left out of the salad. That's another thing we have to do is we have to go buy our guinea pig's lettuce. Anyway, so enough about that. Here is the boys' room, and like I said, his personality is kind of, he likes to read and stuff like that, but he kind of hides it by, you know, he has a bunch of piercings, he has like the gauges in his ears. I've probably told you all this before, but although it's been only a few minutes for you, it's been like 24 hours for me, or over that amount of time. So anyway, I also figured that, you know, he was also probably a gamer, maybe kind of like a geek, in, you know, the sense of, not that I have anything against geeks, because I probably am one. Actually, I don't even really know what I am anymore for anything. I just don't know. It has been, it's been a long, I don't know, I've still, somehow I'm still discovering myself, even though I'm almost out of my 20s. So, who the heck knows how that's going to go over, but I have absolutely no idea what I am talking about here. Sometimes I just do that. I just end up rambling on, and then I don't know. But anyway, what else I did is I had, you know, after, you know, a little while, Piper discovered that she and her ex-husband were having a baby. So she didn't really tell him. And so, yeah, I did have them try for a baby right before I had him dump her for, like, no reason. And so they have this baby Noah. I think I've told you this. I don't know. I'm not redoing the voiceover, guys. I've got other stuff I need to do. But, yeah, it was a boy. His name is Noah. And I basically, you know, played, so this was done on, like, several different days, even different days in the in-game clock. But, yeah, so I also forgot to put stuff inside that dresser. I mean, I hope I can. I didn't actually try it, but I'm like, you know what, maybe this boy is, like, just completely clean and neat and everything. But anyway, I played through the game, I had the baby, saw that it was a boy, and then I did the nursery accordingly, did that. So that's why you'll see me do a little bit of stuff outside before I do the nursery and the picture wall. Which, taking pictures of all these Sims with a lot of poses is actually getting slightly easier. Well, not slightly, it just is getting easier because, you know, I remember back in, like, October when I was doing the, what was the family? The Roberts family, there we go. And I was taking all their pictures and I'm like, oh my goodness, I am never doing this again! And then, you know, I ended up doing it for a lot more families, but I don't do them all at once sometimes. I do, like, them at a lot of, like, different intervals, like at one point, and then another point, and then I play some more, and then another point. So here you are, I am doing the picture wall. I took one picture from that and put it in the master bedroom, in Harper and Piper's bedroom, so that, you know, they could have a picture of each other. They would have that in their bedroom, probably. And oh my goodness, I can't believe we got a new toddler bed in this pack. That was just really so cute and so adorable. I'm happy with the build and buy in this pack, really. I really am. Which is probably one of my favorite things about new packs, I'm not gonna lie. Just because I do, you know, storytelling in The Sims doesn't mean I don't like building. Like, my favorite thing about Island Living was the world and the build objects, and that's kind of why it's my favorite pack in The Sims 4, even though a lot of people complain about gameplay, and yeah, the gameplay was a little bit lacking, I will admit that, but I had a lot of fun with that pack, and so that's why it's my favorite. Wow, I repeated myself a lot in this voiceover, let me tell you. And that's going to do it for this video. I'd like to thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch this. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, I would also really appreciate it if you left the like, and don't forget to tell me what you liked about this build. As always, you can follow me on social media. I'm at Instagram at VisitJoan and on Twitter at VisitJoanVideos. And if you want to see more videos, feel free to subscribe. As for me, I'm going to get up out of here right now, but I will be seeing you in the next video. Bye, everybody!